Yeah, so I'm sitting here in the dark, going through my little Facebook and, this little discovery about a theory about the Antediluvian era and the days of Noah and people living to like 300 to 900 years. And the climate was different back then. This was before, I guess, all the dinosaurs. I mean, I haven't done all the research about dinosaurs and when Noah, but dinosaurs came into being. And then they died, and I know the environment changed. And then there's Noah, and then Noah, um, they had that flood. And so when you have a flood like that, it changes the atmosphere. And when it changes the atmosphere, it's going to change the oxygen levels. And then humans have to adapt to an environment. So you had like giant trees way back then. You have giants way back then. Now there's obviously debates on who brought the first people here. And I don't get into too much on like who was the first human. Yeah, Adam and Eve and all of that. Okay, great. That's from the Bible, but that could be a representation of something. Who knows? You can talk about aliens or talk about aliens. Okay, fine, whatever. But humans are here and we are multiplying. But the reason why humans are dying, between now and 100 or 120 is because of their practices with modern medicine. Okay, low sodium diets or even high sodium diets on bodies that are not absorbing nutrition. And when they're not absorbing nutrition, then you have imbalances in the body, mind, and spirit. Okay, so when you have low sodium diets or high sodium diets on bodies that are malnourished with malabsorption and they're taking prostaglandin inhibitors, um, and those prostaglandin inhibitors constrict the blood vessels because what do those do? They stop the pain process. Sugar, stop it. They stop the pain process. Um, so then a person only has a certain amount of lifespan. Okay? And so you wonder why we have so much civil unrest. We have so many people that are very unhealthy. So many people very unhealthy. Sugar, stop doing that. Oh my God. Okay? And so, yeah, with the whole thing with the J juice, it has a salt, expands the blood vessels. Oh my God. The blood vessels that are constricted doesn't allow blood to go to the places in your body that are dead because people are doing antibiotics and they're doing procedures and taking out organs and taking out parts of their body because they don't want to feel pain. And so this is why then they don't want people on a high sodium diet because sodium will activate your immune system and have the blood vessels will expand, bringing blood to the dead parts of your body, and you're going to feel stuff. And most people don't want to feel pain. They want to be drugged out. They want to be anesthetized. They want to cut out parts of their body. They don't want to feel, they want to just hide from the world. And they want to be like a zombie. And then put forth legislation. They want to put forth legislation and say that we need to do this, you need to do that, and we need to, treat this person this way, treat this person that way, and we have to give more rights to this person, more rights to that person. I'm telling you, if people actually were healthy, like literally healthy in body, mind, and spirit, they wouldn't be committing crimes. If people were balanced, they stopped reproducing willy-nilly, like as if they just like had nothing else to do but just reproduce. And they put their minds to things like art and history and all that. But how can you put history, art and science and all that stuff? But how can you have a kid or an adult who has so many comorbidities with predispositions and they're being taught by imbalanced people who have predispositions? Like how could you put order to a chaos when you haven't even put order to your own chaos in the proper way? And so I don't know how these people that claim that they're trying to help people out there, that they're trying to, make society better, and they haven't even figured out their own stuff. They want to question me. Oh, can you find more, information how salt, doesn't constrict blood vessels? And there's plenty of information where salt doesn't constrict blood vessels because they release prostaglandins, and in turn, prostaglandins get released, it actually expands blood vessels. But see, here's the thing. Most people out there that listen to the holistic allopathic world, they come from a specific perception. They're dealing with people who are obese, who are aging, who are degrading, or they are so underweight and mentally imbalanced. And so they already assume that you have issues. They already assume that you want to cut off pain. They already assume you have comorbidities, that you're obese. And so if you take some kind of salt and you're not drinking water and you're on prostaglandin inhibitors, like you're on, some kind of drugs or prescription drugs or other types of stuff, well, yeah, they're going to say, oh, you need to be on a low sodium diet and it's going to constrict your blood vessels. It's just like, So yeah, I fight against those that are still brainwashed. And even with my book out, that won't be enough for a lot of people. That will not be enough. And I understand that because I'm going through an evolutionary process. I know that humans can live indefinitely given the right environment. I know they can. They have, because when the salt opens up your blood vessels and you're on a relatively healthy body, it'll open up your blood vessels, allow the blood to go through the dead parts of your body, wake things up. You're going to feel something. You got to face your demons. You're going to feel something. And then you'll take in more oxygen. And then guess what? That also triggers then the human growth hormone. And who knows if down the road we evolve to becoming taller people and all that. There's so much opportunity once we understand the power of salt and probiotics and nutrition. Oh, but no, I get so many stunted people that want to question me and are like, oh, I can't find on freaking WebMD or anything that salt expands blood vessels. Of course not, because they're dealing with people who are dying. When you are actively dying in our society, you don't want to feel anything. You don't want to live. You want to anesthetize. You want to drug. You want to cut something out. You want to distract with all of your different acupuncture and meditation and all that crap. And I'm just like, what the I get so annoyed with those that still want to buy into that Jillian doesn't have anything to say because she doesn't buy into the whole anesthetizing and drugging out and blah, blah, blah. So if we can't find something that supports your stuff, then you can't be, then I'm not going to understand your stuff. Well, yeah, if you're going to go look at WebMD, if you're going to look at all these different holistic allopathic sites, they're going to base it on the people that they deal with who are sick, who have issues, who don't want to feel anything. Salt and the J juice and all that will make you feel something. J juice will make you feel pain, will make you feel life, and will have you live. But no. People who want to age and degrade, they want to, and I'm saying, hey, we could be living to 300, 400 years if we actually allowed our blood vessels to open up and expand and let blood run through to the parts of the body. Okay? I don't understand how hard of a concept is that? But it is, because they don't talk about prostaglandins. You know why? Because they use prostaglandin inhibitors in all prescription drugs. What do prostaglandin inhibitors do? They constrict your blood vessels. So that way you don't feel the pain. That's how they stop the inflammation, so you don't feel any freaking pain. And then you have imbalances. And then you have parts of your body that are dead, and that will continue to be dead. And then that's what causes more chaos in your body. And that's why people have an expiration date. Because they keep systematically constricting their blood vessels with prostaglandin inhibitors. Okay? And so it is a systematic degradation. So, I try to allow people that I blocked on my Facebook, I give them another chance. Oh, and they still want to question me. Oh, but Jillian, they don't know this. You got to answer their question. I've put out so many freaking videos. I have a book out. I have my own testimonies, other people's testimonies. What is it going to take? What is it going to take? You want someone to do it for you? You want somebody to take the juice for you and drink it for you and give you the healing because you don't want to do it because you still want to follow your freaking doctor? Fine, follow your doctor. But guess what? Your doctor has an expiration date. You'll end up just like him. Guess what? Whoever writes at WebMD, they have expiration dates. You'll end up just like them. Because that's why I Googled, oh yeah, I'm going to look up, salt restricts blood vessels. Yeah, when you have issues. So anyways, I'm ranting right now, but I need to. I just did a shot of J juice, very amped up, realizing that our humans have to adapt to the environment. So when the oxygen level changes, it's going to change your biochemistry, Then you got to increase your salt intake and your probiotic intake to keep opening up your blood vessels, to keep releasing the excess and allowing more oxygen to come through. Okay, I mean, obviously, when you have changes in your environment, you're going to have a mutation. You're going to evolve. So we evolved from giants to now, diminutive people. And the trees have turned from giant. There's giant sequoias in California, and there's giant redwoods. But there's some trees that are really, really big, but they're very few and far between. The reason why is because there's changes in the oxygen levels in our atmosphere from way back, thousands and thousands of years ago. Evolution happens because the environment changes. Mutations happen because the environment changes. Epigenetics happens because the environment changes. And salt is the most prevalent mineral, most prevalent compound on this earth. It's in the ocean. It's in the lakes. It is everywhere. It is the energizing force that people are so afraid of to feel. They don't want to feel the energy of it. I know when I drink my J juice, even just like a half of a cup, I really prepare myself. It's not easy because it's a powerful energy force, especially when I change from the pink salt to the white salt. And so, if people are on low sodium diets, they'll have a low energy life. They'll have stagnation. They're going to have imbalances. Oh, but if you have a high sodium diet, Jillian, and then it's going to cause high blood pressure. Well, then drink freaking water. Stop drinking your damn sodas. Stop taking all your stupid prescription drugs. Start balancing out your body correctly and start feeling pain and facing your demons. But salt is the most important compound on this earth that does not get enough credit. And not everybody deserves this information. I'm telling you, not everybody deserves this information because they will not get it and they will continue to question me, and I will continue to I gave that guy Peter Kearney one chance. And he's trying to be all polite. Oh, can you find? All I could find was the substantiation that, salt restricts blood vessels, but he did not. Lo and behold, he doesn't really know how to read how they market stuff. So that's why I'm writing this next book on how to read marketing. When someone writes an advertisement or tells you in the medical world why things happen the way they happen, they have specific words like recommendation versus law. They have, it may do this. And then they have a subject matter called obese or something, or someone that has an issue. And that's what they're referencing. It's not across the board that salt's going to restrict blood vessels on people. No, it's not going to be across the board. But they will act as if, they will write it as if everybody should restrict their salt intake. And that's the marketing to keep you in the doctor's office because you don't have enough life to your body because you refuse to give it the energy it needs. But see, he doesn't, but that's the thing. That's what's failed in our educational system. That's what's failed in the college system. That's what's failed in compulsory education, private education, even with parents. They don't know how to teach this to their kids, how to teach their kids to see through the brainwashing in advertisements, especially in the medical world. Nobody knows how to do that. So, so that's why I'm writing this book about, understand how to break apart the English language, the words. Words have meaning, they have context. They create division. When you have one word that has 3 different parts of speech, adjective, verb, or a noun, that's going to be a context. It's going to be a perception. It's not going to be a fact. It'll be someone's truth. Oh God, salt restricts blood vessels. That's a truth to people who have comorbidities. Because they're not drinking enough water and they're taking prescription drugs and other types of crap. But someone like me, the amount of salt that I drink and take on a J juice in one fell swoop opens up my blood vessels. You know why? Because I have no prostaglandin inhibitors. I don't have any comorbidities. And I've already dealt with my healing process. So it does the opposite effect to me. But those that don't want to feel pain, and don't drink enough water, and they have all a bunch of, issues going on, it's going to have a very different effect. But, hey, when someone who has comorbidities and, takes a salt and does the J juice, it's not going to do what they claim it's doing, in this WebMD crap. All right? If you are obese, or if you have heart issues or lung issues or whatever, drinking the J juice will release the prostaglandins, and it'll expand your blood vessels. And it will allow blood to flow in areas that you probably never haven't felt before. And that's when you're going to feel the pain, because pain is freaking healing. And when pain is healing, that's when you know you're alive. At some point, you're going to earn the pain-free lifestyle. Like, I've earned the pain-free lifestyle. I was exposed to the COVID, was tired for a week, but no pain. Now, I had the 6-day headache a couple weeks ago, about a month ago, but that was a healing process. I took it on like a champ. It sucked. Oh my God, it sucked. But I knew it was what I had to go through. But that's the whole point of J juice, is you systematically rebuild your body from the ground up. That's what happens with the J juice. It's not like, it's going to happen tomorrow. It's going to happen the next day where you're going to be all healed and sealed and looking wonderful and beautiful. No, it's going to take time. But let me tell you, that time that it takes, you'll go through different stages. You go through an ugly duckling stage. You'll go through like, oh my God, I have all these issues stage. Yeah. But it ain't no different than what you're dealing with now. But now you're just trying to suppress it. You're trying to put a cap on a volcano. And the volcano keeps gushing lava. It's not working with whatever you guys are doing. It's not working. So if you still want to be all questioning about the salt, get the F off my Facebook. Seriously. Like, seriously. Oh my God. Drink water, do the J juice, eat your food. Do some research, listen to my videos. It all makes sense, but it only doesn't make sense to those that are still stuck in the holistic allopathic world, that their only substantiation, because let me tell you, PubMed, see, WebMD and all those different nutrition websites are all trying to sell you something, so you keep coming back to them. PubMed will have the most objective stuff because it's all compartmentalized. But you have to know what to punch in, keywords. But you have to know that sometimes it's a combination of things. It's not just like dissolve, constrict, or restrict. Sometimes there's a bunch of other things that happen first. Okay, so, when salt releases the prostaglandins, by nature, it's going to expand your blood vessels. Because now you have the healing hormones that are going to repair the damage and bring the blood to the areas that need it the most. That's why you feel pain, because someone's trying to regrow a limb. Okay, let's just say you got your arm chopped off and you're feeling pain down there, and someone takes some anti-inflammatories because they don't want to feel the pain at the end of their stump. Well, imagine, they do the J juice. They're going to feel pain at the end of their limb because there's blood flowing in that area where they are missing their limbs. And they're going to have to deal with the pain. Has anyone, regrown their arm and leg? Well, no, because how many people want to deal with that kind of pain right now? But that's the thing, is increasing blood flow increases life. And salt does that. That's why people are afraid of the salt. They don't want to feel any pain. They don't want to feel any high blood pressure. But that's because you don't drink enough water. Oh my God, a heart attack. Oh, only because you don't have enough minerals in your body, and so the body has to defibrillate. Oh my God. 7 billion people I got to deal with. 7 billion people I got to deal with coming at me at different times. 7 billion people. I got my work cut out for me. Y'all got your work cut out for you. If anything, just exemplify a person on the J juice. You don't even have to do what I'm doing, like just ranting. So I'm just ranting right now. But I want to. I don't care. Sometimes I just need to. Because it really isn't that difficult. It really is not that difficult. I mean, the fact that Sybil gets it, it's like, that's awesome. There are people that get my information that I don't have to spend so much time with, or rant, or get triggered, or whatever the hell. Okay? The fact there's people out there that understand me, it's like I don't feel so alone out there. I'll tell you what. When people actually understand me, it's amazing. There are people that are like me out there. Because I'm going to tell you, if you had the time like I do, you'd figure it out too. But a lot of you are busy. You have things that you're doing. I just happened to have the perfect storm. I was raised in a household that had that was involved with different industries, law, biotech. Then I actually went after computer, organization development, computer type of stuff. And so that was a perfect storm. And then, landmark education and then all of that. And then I'm married to a husband who's a trucker, and I live in a very, very, low rent district. So I don't have to chase after all these expenses. Okay, so I have the time to figure this out. So people that understand me, if they had the time like I did, with the perfect background that I have as far as just understanding, connecting the dots, you'd all figure it out too. Not many people, there's people out there that do have the same background as me in some level. I mean, they were raised probably by a lawyer and a psychotherapist and someone in biotech, and then maybe had some computer. So anyone that's in Silicon Valley would be around something like that. If they had the time, they weren't so busy hobnobbing and keeping up with the Joneses, they could have figured this shit out. Oh, but no, it was too much, the social climate in California, too much social climate in New York. They're too busy. But I understand that because that was the expectation. And I said, I'm not going to play that game of the rat race. And so now I create a life where I can actually put my mind to something like this and watch my mind evolve. Okay? And watch my mind evolve. And it's like standing outside of yourself, watching your body, mind, and spirit evolve to the next level. And then documenting it, the journey. Yeah, people are going to laugh at me. They're like, oh yeah, your videos or your book sucks or this sucks or that, that's fine. They can say whatever the hell they want. But I'm going to tell you, every single time you do the J juice, you will evolve and you go through an upset of homeostasis like COVID or the riots, or maybe the next is the alien invasion. Maybe the next thing is I don't know, Yellowstone or something, or who knows what else. The mummy from the Saharan desert dust. Every single time there's going to be something that's somewhat catastrophic to our body, mind, and spirit, or our psyche. That will help with another next level evolution. Okay, so I've been evolving very quickly ever since the COVID and the riots. And so reading my book now, I'm like, I'm way beyond my book now. And so that's why I'm writing this other book, because now it's picking apart the syntax of the English language so some of you know how to freaking read these websites so you don't get caught up in their perception as if it was a freaking fact. That's what I deal with, is people who think that the medical practices are facts. No, they're not. The medical industry is not a fact. It's a perception. And I have to find a way to get that through people's heads. But oh my God, it's like, it's annoying. All right, bye.